Hello there and welcome everyone to Forever Rugby on Forever Sports. My name is Wes and today we will be looking at the preview for the match between South Africa and Romania. The match is set to take place in Stade de Bordeaux and is going to be refereed by the Frenchman Matteo Reynal. The only previous meeting between the two sides was in the 1995 World Cup hosted by South Africa. The match was played down in Newlands Stadium and the South Africans were victorious, 21 points to 8. So let's dive into the South African side and team taking the field this week. So they started their campaign successfully with an 18-3 victory over the Scots in their first opening game of the World Cup. The Springboks are currently on a 5-game winning streak, their best set of results since 2019, where they had a 7-game streak, so they will undoubtedly be looking to keep that form. Notably, the victory over Scotland this weekend was the first time South Africa has been able to win their opening pool game since 2011, where they edged out the Welsh 17 points to 16. Obviously, the South Africans were lost to Japan in their opening game in 2015 and then to the All Blacks in 2019. Positively, though, the Springboks managed to keep 15 players on the field for the first time in 5 matches against Scotland, and so will be looking to continue that good disciplined form. Slightly concerningly for the Boks, though, against the Scottish, it was the first time this year that they had lost one of their own scrum put-ins, heading into the tournament with 34 out of 34 own scrums won. Conversely, though, the South Africans were able to turn over 3 of the Scottish scrums and 4 of the Scottish lineouts, more than any team in the first round of the Rugby World Cup 2023. So let's have a look at the side that will take the field on Sunday, and Jacques Nienaber has named 14 changes to his side, with Damian Willemse being the only player to retain his spot, although the Stormers' utility back is now named at fly half as opposed to 15. Willemse will also likely be the team's kicker for the weekend, having successfully converted only 8 out of 14 attempts in 2022. Vincent Koch makes his first start in the Springbok side since 2019 when he played in a match against Canada. Since then, the prop has come off the bench in 28 appearances. There are plenty of exciting combinations to look forward to in this Bok starting side, notably that of Kobus Reinach and Damian Willemse start alongside one another for the first time at this level. Additionally, Esterhuizen and Moody will pair up once again after their emphatic victory over the All Blacks, their history-making victory over the All Blacks. I, for one, personally cannot wait to see what they can do once again. Going back to Kobus Reinach, though, he is the fastest player to have ever scored a Rugby World Cup hat-trick, and that came against the Canadians, where he was able to cross the try line 3 times within 20 minutes, his first try coming only 5 seconds after the whistle was blown. 3 of the starting 15 make their Rugby World Cup debuts. Esterhuizen and Moody pair alongside one another, and Marvin Orie packs down next to Jean Klein in the absence of Eben Etzebeth. So now let's have a look at your match day 23 for the Springboks. At number 1, we've got Nche, number 2 is Mbumbu Nambi, number 3 is Koch, 4 is Klein, 5 Orie. Your loose trio, 3 is Van Staden, 7 is Smith, and 8 Vermeulen. At number 9 is Reinach, 10 is Willemse. In your centres, you have Esterhuizen at 12 and Moody at 13. Your wings sees the return of Makamazola Mapimpi, and Grant Williams makes his start at 14, and with Willie Leroux rounding out the starting 15 at fullback. Coming off the bench then, Deon Fourie at 16, 17 is Kitshoff, 18 Nkanya, 19 is Snyman, 20 Visser, 21 Hendrikse, 22 Faf de Klerk, and at 23 is Creel. Moving on to the Romanians, though, they were the first side to name a full squad of debutants against the Irish in their opening game. However, the strategy didn't prove to be too successful, as they then went on to concede 80 points, making them the only second side to do so since the Namibians conceded and lost over 80 points against the Welsh in 2011. Looking at more positive aspects, though, the Oaks have won their first Rugby World Cup game in 1987 against Zimbabwe, but have only gone on since then to be able to win 5 games. One of those most memorable victories will be one of the biggest comebacks in Rugby World Cup history, where they were able to come back from 15-0 down against the Canadians to win the game, with most and all of their points actually being scored in the last 20 minutes, edging the Canadians out 17 points to 15. The Romanians really were on the back foot for a lot of the game against Ireland, having to make 161 tackles. Unfortunately, though, only 66% of these were completed positively, so that is a stat they will be looking to improve on this weekend. Their attacking stats, unfortunately, aren't much better, with the Romanians having made the fewest amount of line breaks, meters made, offloads, in the opening game of the Rugby World Cup 2023. So they will be looking for points to improve both defensively as well as offensively. Head coach Eugene Upchuk has named 3 changes to his starting side to face the Springboks on Sunday. The wingers are retained, however they do switch their positions. The starting 15 for Romania only have 323 caps between them, with tight head prop Godras and number 8 and captain Chikra having 35 caps apiece. Looking at those 3 changes though, in the pack, Ifti McEwick comes in to make his starting position in the lock pairing, while Gorin makes his Rugby World Cup debut on the blind side. And the only other change is in the centres, where Gontiniak now gains his starting place. So having a look at the match day 23 for the Romanian side now, at number 1 is Hartig, at 2 is Kojokaru, at 3 is Godras, 4 is Motok, 5 is Ifti 6 is Gorin, 7 is Nekulau, 8 is Chirika. At 9 is Rupanu, at 10 Valvosa, at 12 is Gonitek, at 13 is Tomane. At your wings then, again retained but only swapping jerseys, is Onotu, and at 14 is Manu Mawa. At 15 then is Simonescu. Coming off the bench for the Romanians then, at 16 is Irmeescu, 17 is Savin, 18 Cretu, 19 is Ianacu, 20 is Stratila, at 21 is Bobok, 22 is Konash, and at 23 is Pop. So ladies and gentlemen, there is your preview for the game between the Springboks and the Romanians, which will take place on Sunday. Make sure you tune in to Forever Sports for coverage. I have the privilege of streaming that game with you all, so I do hope you join me on Sunday. Make sure you hit that like button and subscribe, and let us know down in the comments who do you think is going to win. Give us some score predictions, and I can't wait to see you guys on Sunday. Until then, thank you so much.